We have a project catch-up and then 2 viewings. Yeah, the ones around here I really like because we've got clients buying one for less than 100 and it's worth 120. We've got the one that we bought needs work, or needed work, it's done now, bought for 75, worth 120. You can get really good value properties, add value through buying them cheaper, but also through refurb. They're worth a good investment price, and then the yields are very strong as well. So this is, for me, this is one of the hot spots. I think, well, we're buying one here, we've just been to one that we own, and then we've got 2 clients that are buying around it. Like, this is an area that I think is, never mind the prices at the moment, but even in the future. Yeah, so we work with a lot of clients that, whether they're based down south, they've not got the time, they've not got the knowledge, whatever it might be, approach me and say, I know you're investing in property, you've got the time, you've got the knowledge, you've got the network for the refurbs, for brokers, for solicitors, etc. I want to invest, can I pay you for a service where you will go out and find me a property, do the works, well, get other people to do the works, but manage the works and etc. So we charge £6,000 for the service. And for example, right now, we go into a property that a client's paid for the service, we've sourced them it needs a refurb, as we will see, and we will head everything up for them. They will never come to the property.
No. And for someone that wants to get involved?
Yeah, they've signed up for 2. We've been to one already. This is the second one that they're buying, and then they want 3 more in 2026. It's in the new year. And the beauty of this property right now is the fact that we own one across the street, but this is one that was sourced on for an investor. So it's one that right now we haven't got the funds to buy, but we can still monetize from that. So we've got this property, we've viewed it, I like it, I've priced up the works. Rather than me buy it, I'm able to put that in front of somebody else and charge £6,000 for that, which will then go towards my next purchase. So it helps me keep building the portfolio, keep working with more and more properties, and working with other investors. Sourcing for me is a great way to learn and to make money. So you can learn about the properties, what works, what doesn't, pricing up refurbs, etc. And you can charge for that service, which eventually you'll make enough money where you can start investing in property. Or if you don't want to invest in property, you can build a business to buy a nice car or whatever that looks like. Mine is to reinvest in property. We personally, now we've been doing this for a couple of years, we work with anywhere between 5 to 6 investors a month. But when I first started, I just started with 1 a month. That's how I first started, and we were charging £6,000. We were also charging project management fees, refurbs anywhere from sort of minimal up to 15, 20. I mean, we'll go to one later, it's a 30 grand refurb. So we've charged £3,000 on top for the project management. So yeah, you can easily do 1 a month, which if you're charging around £6,000, but I know guys charging 12 grand for the service. I charge £6,000, that's where I value it. And we do 5 to 6 a month, which we want to scale that. But yeah, you can easily do about 1 a month and grow that and reinvest it. And if you can do 1 a month, I mean, if you reinvest in the money, you can buy 2 properties easily a year with that as well. Fucking here we go again. Right. Right, well, it's had a course already. Can you see the dots? Which means it's already had a, well, it's done for damp proofing.
What the fucking hell is that?
Those dead flowers?
Fly graveyard.
Oh. I bet that's something that you can buy too.
Yeah, catch me.
Is that just cotton? Is that spiders? For fuck's sake.
Interesting stuff.
Right, so this, oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can feel it everywhere.
Fucking hell, there should be a warning sign.
Jeez.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah.
So that's bad. This is where the bad bit is, but we can cap the chimney off. I'm assuming it's coming from there.
So what is it you're looking for right now?
Just how bad the damp is, and then think about why. You're also looking for like the grooves. So you see on that wall, this is what worries me the most.
French.
You can see it, like the wall comes out fence.
Yeah, right.
But that obviously, it's not done a good job anyway, but that worries me. That annoys me.
Bro's wrestling with cotton. Not cotton, no.
Just see a video of me just, like, you know them things where you go to a car wash and you've got a man that it's bad, but it's not, you can fit it, again, it reflects in the price.
Yeah.
We've got this at 56 and it's worth 100 to 110.
Okay.
Refurbs, again, project manager's already been said about 15 to 16 depending on with the damp and stuff.
Yeah. And this is a 2-bed, 1-bath property.
I think so. Let's have a look. It's a massive kitchen, man. It's huge. Right, so my assumption is bathroom is downstairs. Placing that. What is that? Thing is, there's a level of where it looks bad.
Yeah.
If it looks any worse, it's still at the same point of price.
Right.
So the worse it gets from now is like, it doesn't really matter, still get someone in, cut it all back, get rid of all the rubbish. Fence is fine. Well, that side. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay.
More cobwebs.
Wait, what's happening? Oh, it's like fucking like Bush took a try.
Why would you do that?
What do you mean?
Why would you open the fridge? Have you not seen the house? You don't think the fridge is going to be full of shit?
Why is it on?
You can smell it now.
Why is it on? Oh,
Well, that's rotten, bro.
what's it?
Surely that's a sackable offence.
What's in there?
I don't live here. You know. The quote that I've got is just over 15 grand.
You thinking it's going to be more?
Yeah. Whole house needs replastering. Heat system seems okay. Fridge is fine. Windows probably get away with. Front's fine. Back garden, back door, front door, internal doors, bathroom, kitchen. It's more than 15 grand.
You know, a property like this that obviously needs to be stripped out at the start. How much does that cost?
Rip out?
Yeah, to get rid of everything. So there's a lot of shit in here, right?
Yeah. Well, skips 250, 300 each.
Yeah.
Good thing is you can get a skip here quite easily, which is nice.
Like it.
Because you got to think about that. If you're buying a house to either flip or rip out, like even get a skip, you got to get it there. So one of the hard things is rip out in like apartments.
Yeah.
So if you've got an apartment on 6th floor and ripping it out,
tricky.
yeah. So this again, it depends who does it. Could be part of the price for some people. Some people might go, I don't want to do it. It needs to be fully ripped out. So it also there's. I mean, this is probably not right, but most properties don't actually need that much ripping out. So this will need all the flooring. I mean, they've already started in here. The joinery, so all the wood, the internal doors, even the arc is there. The arc is on the doors. It's all wood. Keep all heating, I would assume. So you probably need what, 2 or 3 skips. Probably take someone a week. £100 a day. 2 skips. You're probably talking £1,000. When you first get into it, you want in surveyors, but it's surveyors' job to find faults.
Yeah.
So I've worked with whether it's investors or whomever it is that have got surveyors that have put like, right, we're worried about the roof or joists or certain factors. It's like they're okay, you're fine, you get a mortgage survey, fine, happy with it. But it's a surveyor's job to like tick off everything to make, oh, that doesn't look perfect, so just be aware. Right. And when you're just buying or when you're new and you're uncertain and there's more risk because you've not done it before, you look at that and you see amber, red, and you're like, oh, there's too many problems, not buying it. It's like, well, no, we just want to make sure the risk is there and so it reflects on the price, and to make sure you've got someone to go around and say, oh, yeah, that's red, but that cost 400 quid to fix. Okay. So, yeah.
So like, risk assessment basically then?
Yeah, so risk assessment depends on the risk profile of the investor. Yeah. So for me, I can take a lot more risk now because one, I've seen risk, I've seen problems. Like somebody buying this will look at the damp and go, I ain't touching that. Yeah. For me, we can look at the number and go, okay, well, we know what it's going to cost, we know the extent, we know some tips and tricks to sort it. But the good news of that is properties like this, I can see I can get a really, really good price on because so many people are scared of. So it just means we're getting better deals. So the more risk you're prepared to take, but risk just means uncertainty.
Sure.
So you could say, like damp, I am not certain, but I am less uncertain than a newbie investor. So I'm more confident in offering and doing the project.
Yeah.
Mate, this is just not living. No, hold on.
But this is all good though, right? It not being livable.
Fine, good.
From an opportunity perspective.
Yeah. But like we said earlier, the more you do it, the more you see the vision. There'll be people that come to this, won't see the vision. Yes, they look at opportunity, but it's understanding what that opportunity means. But yeah, you're completely right. The not the worst condition, but the different types of property offer different opportunities. But depending on the investor type, there's more risk. So again, someone will look at this and go, this is way too risky, I'm not going to buy it. And especially if you bought this property, let's say you've got X amount, you want to buy a property, you don't know where to start, what to look at. You look at this, budgeting refurb, we'll have no idea. Buying it is a risk as well, because this could be, you might think, oh, this will take us a month to do. No, it won't, it will take 3 to 4 months as a refurb. Well, that's 3 to 4 months of costs. Spending on electric bills, council tax, no income, mortgage. So people that would look at this would forget that it's going to be 4-month refurb, a month to find someone, a month to, so someone's looking, so 6 months. This could cost £600-700 a month in all costs. Well, that adds up. That's £4,000. Give or take. That's £4,000 that someone might not have. Like the guy that bought this might have gone, oh, it's going to cost X amount, bought it, got 3 quotes and gone, well, I can't afford any of them. And then gone, well, I have to sell it now. And then. So yeah, it needs a lot of work, is his conclusion. I'm pretty sure it needs a new boiler. So the numbers on this one is purchasing it for 56. The GDV, which we do know because an investor owns one down the road that got valued up 2-bed at 110. So GDV 110. We had a quote for a refurb, but this is why it's important to view the properties yourself. The quote from the project manager we're going to use on this was 15,000. However, I'm going to get a really detailed schedule of works because I don't think we're doing it for 15,000 because there's a few extra additional pieces. People will comment on this going, there's no way doing £50,000. I would agree with that. I'm thinking we're early to mid 20s to do absolutely everything, and that's outsourced, by the way. I won't be doing any of this myself. So the numbers I think will end up are purchase 56, refurb, let's say 22 and a half, and the GDV will be 110. So we're still going to pull every single penny out, so it's still a really strong deal. The rent will be 7, maybe 725. I mean, the mortgage, what we'll do is we'll purchase it cash, do the work, refinance it in 6 months, pull all the money out. Mortgage would be 3 to 350, rent for 700. We'll probably net £300 a month on this. But the important part is taking all the money out to go again.
And because this is a cash deal, you can pull the money out on a refinance in 6 months.
Yeah.
Rather than if it was mortgage, it'd be.
Yeah, we'll aim for 6 months on this.
Yeah.
People say you can do it sooner. I mean, you can, but you get different mortgages. It's hard to get a mortgage.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do it before 6 months, most mortgage companies, we've done this before. Most mortgage companies will go, "What did you buy it for? How much you spent on the works? That's what we value it at." After the 6 month mark, most of the time it's like, right, okay, what's the value in the area?
Yeah.
It's worth 110. We value it at that. So most of the time, if you are buying cash, we do wait 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll take us 6 months to refurb anyway.
Yeah,
but
right.
6 months to refurb it and get someone in. So yeah. So one thing I do like is I've looked at the numbers for that we're buying, and it's a little bit smaller, but I was thinking 100-ish. But I mean, obviously done up, it adds value. We were buying one that was, I mean, we just walked it 2 minutes. Exactly the same property, a little bit bigger, that got valued at 110. So the good news is, I've thought, right, probably being conservative anyway, 100, actually. probably 110. Well, definitely 110. So that's positive. Just added 10 grand of value. Yeah, I had a surveyor go yesterday, got the wrong time, so he couldn't actually go in, but he was like, oh, you know it's like really damp. I'm like, well yeah, that's why I've got a damp surveyor to go. And he was just like, no, like it's really damp. And it worried me because he was really pushy about how damp it was. And obviously I've not got in, but he's done the exact same as I've done. And yes, the chimney breast looks bad, but the rest doesn't look too bad. I was worried, but I'm less worried now.
But it's not a bad thing that there's damp, right? Because that's opportunity.
100%. 100%. It depends on the type of damp. So rising damp is a pain in the ass. But non-rising damp's a lot easier. So what we'll probably do is we'll put a damp-proof course. We will obviously have to replaster, paint, and then what we might do is we might board it as well, so it looks a bit like paneling, just to help for future as well. I'll also might have to knock on next door just to see what their side's like, because it's a mid-terrace, so the chimney breast is slightly different, so we might have to cap off the chimney, but the actual walls connecting, I'll just have to see what next door's like. But yeah, it's not too bad of a thing. It can affect mortgages, so we're buying this with a mortgage. The mortgage valuation came back as nil because of the damp, which is fine. We just need to get a damp specialist, which we tried to get, but you got the wrong time. Get a damp specialist over to get a report to basically say the damp isn't rising, it's this. Here's what we recommend, which will be damp-proof course, replaster, etc. Here's the price of what you could probably get it for, and then as long as that's not a ridiculous price, but even then we've got proof of funds that should help the mortgage anyway. So just need to get that to get the offer to buy the house and do the work. We've already got our PM already went, priced it all up, so we know the exact price for everything, which we've sent them, but they just want to see a specialist damp report. So yeah, just review it today, call the guy, get him over next week, get back on track, because the numbers are really good. Yeah, the ones around here I really like, because like we've got a client that's buying one for less than 100 and it's worth 120. We've got like the one that we bought needs work, or needed work, it's done now, bought for 75, worth 120. You can get really good value properties, add value through buying them cheaper, but also through refurb. They're worth a good investment price, and then the yields are very strong as well. So this is, for me, this is one of the hot spots. I think we're buying one here, we've just been to one that we own, and then we've got 2 clients that are buying around it. Like, this is an area that I think is, never mind the price at the moment, but even in the future.
Rest in peace to Drama King. We was straight stunned. Y'all don't like the way I talk. Say something.
Oh man, there was 3 sheds here. That's not bad. This looks better. Right, problem sorted.
Yeah.
You do look zero confidence.
I've just turned up and didn't know you were coming.
Oh, fair enough. Hey, mate, alright.
What's on there?
No, but it doesn't work to it. I thought we were just leaving this, but just storage.
They thought there were a damp problem there. Well, there was. They created one.
Yeah. No, we've got we've just viewed a property actually. It's got quite a big damp problem, and that's what I think we're going to do. Just but it's living room. Well, I think we'll also have to cap off the chimney breast. So I worked with a couple of different project managers. We had quite a lot on when this came up. Quite a big job. The guys that we usually use, we're doing a lot in York, so they were just up there. So I've outsourced this, which came in, as I said, about 33, including the project management. But we didn't take any of that because we didn't project manage. So yeah, I've been here twice, start, middle, and the end, just to make sure it's going right. And yeah, so we bought this for 130. Sorry, client bought this for 130. We spent 33 on it. And then it's going to be valued, we're going to refinance at 200, so we'll pull a lot of the money out, and then we're putting it online at 995, so pictures, he's coming here in an hour for the pictures. 995, but I think we could get 1050 to 1095, but if you go at 995, we'll get a lot more people in, we'll have more options, and although we might get a little bit less, we can pick what we think tenants that we're more confident with for here for a long period, which will helps sort of mitigate risk again, which is part of the job. But yeah, looks good, really happy. Yeah, this came online at 150. We negotiated it down to 130, and then we also got a few different quotes and got the confirmation at the price that we've paid. So we managed to save money over there as well. We had a couple of quotes at 40, 50 grand for this.
Did the client want anything specific with the property, or was this kind of, he said this is his budget? Find something.
Not even that. When we first presented it, so when we first got it sent, we got quotes straight away to say, look, whereabouts are we? 3 different quotes, got one. What we always do is we always position it a little bit higher. So when we first said it to the client, we got quotes around 30. We're like, look, we think around 35 top end for this. Put all the figures in front of him. He goes, right, they're really good figures, and they are. They're really good figures. And then what we did is we purchased property, got the contractor in that was happy. He came a little bit higher in the end, which happened most of the time, and then went from there. In terms of like with the property, 99% of investors, maybe every so often don't, but 99% of the time they're just like, you know what you're doing. Like, I remember he came halfway through with me to see this, and I remember him saying, oh, what colours are we going for the walls? Are we going to pick beige, or are we going to go this? It's like, it doesn't matter. Like, this one has gone white, but we're not trying to flip it, we're just trying to appeal to someone that could come in it, live in it, make it their own, and most of the time they're going to change colours anyway. So no, most investors just go, you know best. Even like windows, for these, if he came, actually that's a good story for this one. When he came, priced it all up, we came halfway, he was like, yeah, happy, great. Went outside and we were chatting, and round here you'll see quite a lot of the houses are rendered, they look stunning. This one isn't. So we went, oh, should we render it? I was like, no. He's like, yeah, but it doesn't look as nice. It's like, so? Someone will live here, it'll make a beautiful home for someone, the inside's stunning, we'll get the outside looking nice. You rendering it will cost 5 to 10 grand, okay, depending on what type of render. 5 to 10 grand, it adds zero value. It looks better. If we were selling it, it might add a bit of value because someone might be prepared to pay more because first impressions, curb appeal, etc. In terms of rental, in terms of someone coming to value it, still the same size, still the same property, so no. But that's an example of when someone comes in and they want their own factors on it, they don't think numbers, they think emotionally because I own it. So most investors go, you know the numbers, you know what works, what adds value, what doesn't, you just tell me. So that's how we settled on the price. It's like, I mean, you look at all the other gardens, everyone's looking after the garden, everyone's looking, all the houses look nice.
Yeah, the area is nice around here as well.
Really nice.
Yeah,
Another way of knowing if it's a nice area or nicer area is looking at the other houses in terms of, if you buy a property, whether it's semi or terrace, but all the other houses are like semi-detached, all the other houses look nice, you know it's a nice, well looked after area. But yeah, I mean, look at the differences. All these houses, gardens are stunning. And you look at this one. So even when they're purchasing this, all the other neighbours will be going, I'm glad someone's doing the work to that.
So you're just trying to match the other houses on the street then?
No,
Not trying to do too
not
much.
necessarily.
Not trying to do too much. Don't do anything that's going to add, not bring value.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, to be honest, no. Whether the houses look beautiful, not beautiful next door, whatever the case is, we would have just tidied it up anyway.
Yeah.
Because you're just thinking rent. Is someone going to rent it like that? Someone will come in and go, that would put a lot of people off, just like that. So if we can do a little bit of work to help, I think we're replacing all the fence, we're doing enough that's going to help rent it, add enough value, etc. I don't know what we're doing about all this bricks and stuff though.
They look good for sure. It's quite a big space as well.
Someone moving to this will be a family that have 2 kids maybe and a dog. That look at this nice area, want to live in Cas, want a semi, they're upgrading for either a terrace or a 2-bed, have budget for something like this, and they're coming to come rent this, they'll make it the home, they'll be here for 4, 5, 6 years.
Do you bear that in mind when doing the refurb? For the type of people that might move in?
To a degree. Most houses that you're looking at, 2-bed, 3-bed, semi-terraced, are going to be housing people that are going to be here for a while because of the area, because of the standard of refurb. There's also landlords, like, we're moving away from arcade landlords. 10 years ago, landlords just didn't care, whatever's cheapest, not doing it. You look at a lot of student accommodation, the arcade landlords, you go into student accommodation, it's awful. You look at the new landlords that are actually putting the money into it because they can get higher rentals, they'll be proud of it, it looks nice. Don't get me wrong, I think a lot of people do waste money on stuff, but you get people that are going to stay there longer. I mean, it's as simple as that. Like this, I mean, someone's going to move into this and go, this is stunning, this is a home.
What did the client? Did the client want more of a hands-off approach on this then? And this guy, like you said, just leave it to you and
Every client does.
yeah.
The whole idea of
Most
doing what we do
companies
is
completely off.
knowledge, time, network. So that's why they come to us. We've got the network, we've got the knowledge, and we have the time for all of that.
Yeah.
They put the capital to do it, to invest in the future. We put in the rest. So yeah, they came here and was like, I live, I don't know, he's not London, but he's south.
Yeah, fine.
Live down south. I've got X amount in my bank. I want to invest for my kids, for my future. I want to invest in property, but I don't have the time. I don't know how. I can't go view all the properties, then I can't find a broker, I can't find a solicitor, I can't find the guys to do the workup. I don't know whether I buy a 2-bed, do it to a 3-bed, I don't know whether I put an extension on, all of that. And that's why I come to us to go, I've got this, what would you do? This is what we do, great. How do I do that? We'll do it all for you. Oh, even better, how much do you charge? We charge £6,000 per property. Great, I want this guy, chat, I want 5. And he paid us 5 up front, and then this is the second one, third one in legals, and we're looking for another one in a minute. Again, as simple as that. I'd always say when we're working with clients or we're about to work with clients, I say, look, any business, any relationship is all about communication. I'm fine whether you want me to communicate with you once a week. I'm fine whether you say, George, piss off, only speak to me when you've got some news. Both work for me. A majority of the time, it is the just speak to me when you've got news. And it's as simple as, you're also working with people with funds that they know it's investing, so they know it's value. And they know no matter what, they're getting the value there. So this property will go up in value, they'll make rental, they know that. So they're not investing in themselves, they're not taking as much risk. So when you're talking, look, the refurb, like I said, the refurb for this is 35 grand tops. Saw the property, showed them what it can go to, there's no argument, there's no conversation. So, okay, that's what it is. Not going, oh, could we save a couple of grand there? Do we have to do that? It's like, no, I know what I'm getting, that's fine. That's the beauty. You're not talking pennies when you're making pounds. And that is what it's like with most investors. It's a good business model for both. That's the beauty of it. It's a good business model for me because I can't buy this property because I don't have unlimited funds, so I can charge and I make £6,000 from it. I mean, if I'd project managed it, I'd make another £3,000. This could have made me £9,000 from spending £0, bit of time at £0. And it's good for an investor because he's investing in someone else to be able to do it all for them, and they don't have to spend the time, and they're going to be making money. So even if it's costing £6,000 to work with me, they investing to make money in the future anyway, or something they wouldn't have been able to invest in. So I mean, both parties are happy. Yeah. First property I ever did, I had no or not much knowledge in project management, not much knowledge in contractors, or even DIY. Went to the property after work, 5 like every night, tried to do the work, spent £4,000, £4,000 on material, stuff like that. Got halfway through, I was like, what am I doing, man? Like, I was time, knackered, wasn't working. Got a guy in, he charged me £8,000, I think he charged me, or whatever it was something around that. He went in, everything I did, he ripped out and did it again. I spent £4,000, then £8,000, I spent more than what I should have because I tried to do it myself. And again, that's the point of like, just work with people that know what they're doing, and it will save you money. I wish I'd have known all of that then, so I didn't go waste it. And that's what investors do, they buy properties and then realise you shouldn't have bought that for whatever reason. The one I went to earlier, that investor bought that, I sat there for 3 years. You never should have bought it, but he didn't know any of that. Even the refurbs, investors go, oh, well, I don't know, I'm going to try to do it myself. Again, get someone else. We've got another investor, a mentee actually that we're working with, bought a property in Crewe. He spent 9 months doing the refurb. He saved 10 grand, great, but you do realise contractors could have done that in 4 months, and you'd have had 5 months there of income, and you could have focused on the next step. You could have sourced another 4 or 5 properties. I was worried about this, you know. This looks shite, and we were like, why are we not getting rid of it? But it looks nice.
So it looks nice now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because even the investor on that was like, are we getting rid of it? I was like, oh,
it's a really nice bedroom.
It's got 4 pieces in here as well. It's the only thing I don't like. That as a finish.
What are we going to do that, I suppose? What do you put it? Oh, what's this? What?
That's cool.
Oh, storage.
There's no point even going in there and ripping it out and painting.
Yeah.
If you put a toilet in here, it's going to cost materials, labour, toilet, all of that. It will add slight bit of value because then it's the bathroom downstairs. You actually, if you think about it, you wouldn't even want a toilet here. You have a toilet downstairs and you have a nice big bathroom. Why would you add another toilet? But some people are looking at guys, roomy, you can do it. Just slow down, just keep it simple. You don't need to. I mean, a bit of space. You're probably not going to utilise anyway, but it still doesn't change anything adding it, and it costs money, and it doesn't add value. Another big room. All doubles, aren't they?
It's a really nice finish throughout as well. I've done a good job.
yeah, get this rented, get it making money, get it refinanced. On to the next. Yeah, so worked in corporate, 6 years at a company, and it was a company I first joined, there was like 10 people, and then when I left there was like 50. Then I joined Jamie, then I went to Australia, joined a corporate company of 1,000 people, came back, joined Jamie, joined Aspire, again, joined when there was 8 people, left when there was about 40, 50. So I had really good experience of seeing companies start from not really a company to turning into a company, procedures, processes. So it's quite a really good experience with both companies to see how they grew, to see when to recruit, when not to recruit. So that's helped with the business really. A lot of the guys that we work with in terms of mentee students that we train will have full-time jobs. We've worked with people that have had full-time jobs, wanted to quit, that have put in the hours, put in the time, the process, that have quit. I mean, say Kieran for example. He was doing what he was doing whilst working a full-time job, and then it grew so much and he was making more money than his job. He was like, I can quit now and work for myself. So you can easily source properties working a full-time job. Don't get me wrong, the more you put in, the more you get out. It's with anything really. But for me, the sourcing side and the business side started as a side hustle, and then we grew so much it became a full-time job, and I was making enough money where I could step into it. I had a portfolio from sourcing on and then making enough money and raising funds on my own. Bought several properties a few years ago that the money was making me enough that I could quit my job and I was getting paid a higher salary than my job anyway, just through passive income. But from that, the hardest part was quitting. When I quit, I was like, right, no matter what, I've got a safety blanket, the portfolio's making two and a bit grand a month. Within the first month, we secured 2 clients. Within the second month, we secured 3 clients. So just putting the full time in, it went from doing sort of 1 a month to go bang, 3, bang, several clients. So within the first like 6 months, we'd work with like 10, 15 clients, each paid £6,000 to work. So I'd made more money in the first 6 months than I'd made in the majority of years working anyway. But we have good news and bad news. Good news is we're heading to a viewing. I like this one. Again, I say that on every property, but I do like this one. This has already been put in front of a client, and I've put it in front of them at 95, and they've given me the thumbs up, they like it. However, I'm confident we can get this at about 92, 93, so that'll be even better news. Let's see how we go on first. So yeah, good news, viewing for a client, get that secured. The bad news is the final viewing. The other one's got cancelled, which is annoying because I have also put that in front of a client who's expecting news in a couple of hours on that property. So I just have to say we're going next week, which hopefully we'll go next week. So yeah, this is for a client. See how we get on. I don't know if we can film inside though. So what we'll do is I'll go have a look, work my magic, come back out, and then we'll add all the pictures from the ad. So we'll add the pictures and then we'll talk about it when we come out, and we'll either go yay or nay. So we are a minute away apparently. So that's us done for day in Gas and Bunty. Yeah, I like that one. Needs a little bit of work. So it's online at 110, no, 105. We've offered 95, which has been accepted, but it's 95 subject to viewing. We viewed it. The agent was a legend. Spoke to him to say basically needs a bit more work than we thought. We're not at 95, and he's basically gone, I'll be honest with you, coming at 91, they'll take it. We were going to go in at 92, so we're going to go at 91, and we think we'll take that. It needs new carpets and new bathroom flooring. The rest, I think, is absolutely fine. So that'll be 91 purchase, our fee 6k, couple of grand spent on it. They'll be all in for 100, obviously buy it with a mortgage, and done up value of that, I would be saying 110 conservative, but I'd be, yeah, 110 to 120. So that's a good deal. So if we're buying it at 91, we're playing maths games now. Buy it at 91, it means that when we refinance, we'll be pulling out, I would say, 22 23,000. So we'll be all in for 30 odd. So the client will leave 10 grand in that deal, I would say, and they'll get 750 rent. So yeah, does that make sense? It does in my head, but yeah. So basically, good deal. Get it in front of the client, they'll be happy. They already think we're paying 95, so when they find out they're paying 91, hopefully they'll be buzzing. Yeah, exactly. We'll see. It's a good one. I like it. I like it. So yeah, no one ever comes to us and says I want a property in Wakefield. Everyone comes to us and says, right, that guy's actually based in Manchester. He's buying one, he signed up for 2 and he wants another 3 next year, depending on how we get on, obviously. He wanted a property in a location where he can maximise the BRR strategy, or utilise the BRR strategy, but he can maximise the funds that he's got. So he's got about a 250,000, 250, 300. The areas that work the best are, well, there's 2. There's the northwest anyway, so there's a few areas around there that we really like. I'll name 2. One's Crewe, one's Northwich, and then obviously you can get more specific. But the other areas where I focus a lot on is Wakefield, Castleford, Ponty. The reason being is the bigger Leeds gets, the more accessible it gets. Everything moves towards the average in terms of the price in Leeds are going up and up and up, and they're quite high where they're becoming outside of investment areas. You're also at the back end of the real big trajectory of capital growth, so the next area is kind of that ripple effect, and that ripple effect from Leeds goes to Wakefield, Castleford, Pontefract, etc. 5 years ago when we bought the first house over there, we paid 80 grand for it. You struggle in Castleford specifically to buy a 2-bed that is in good condition, which we bought, for less than 120. Like 2 beds are worth 120 to 130 currently. We bought one for 80,000 5 years ago. So that's a 50% capital increase in 5 years, which is probably about right. And we're going to see similar over the next 5 years in the area. So yeah, that's why. The yields are fantastic, the capital growth is fantastic, my network's over there, which is great, and then we're finding more deals as well because of my network of estate agents, my network of other guys that are in the area that will speak to me, that have properties around there that will sell to us. I mean, that one we just went to, the estate agent has already said he's got 2 that are coming online that are very similar numbers, but probably even get a little bit cheaper. So he's going to send us them when we get back to the office. We'll have a look at them, and he said go view them tomorrow, but we can't, but we'll view them next week. But even that, we could get, that one viewing could turn into 3 properties secured for investors. So that one viewing right there could be worth £18,000 to us.
For sourcing fee? In
terms of sourcing fees, yeah, we charge £6 per property. If we secure 3 properties and put them in front of investors and they start the legal process and get moving forward, that's £80,000. And I mean, that one needs a couple of grand's worth of work, so we'll charge 10% project management, which is 200 quid, but it's still a little bit added on top as well. Yeah.
You would outsource that, right? So you wouldn't do much?
No, it's still project managed, but because it needs someone to go in, replace all the carpets and the flooring, and it needs one new internal door, I would manage someone to replace all the flooring and then a joiner to replace a door.
Right, okay. So
it'd add up to about a couple of grand because it's a smaller property than usual, and then I'd charge 10% of it to just organise all of that.
Got it, yeah.
So yeah, good day, really good day. Back into the office now for the people that don't work part-time, and then try and blast through office stuff. It's funny when you bring people on board, which we're finding. I remember my director's bosses, who Jeremy won't be watching this, so it's fine, I can talk shit about him. You always used to say like the hard work starts at 5 o'clock when everyone goes home. And I was like, oh yeah. Now we've hired people, now we've got staff, now all that. I'm like, the hard work starts at 5 o'clock. Started to realise, oh, you can get stuck into it without questions and what's this mean, or I've got a good property and this, that, the other. So yeah, back into the office, get some shit done, go home, go for a run, go for a meal.
Nice.
Let's go.